A tech entrepreneur jumps into a shady business. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Forgive the clickbait headline there. What we're talking about are automated shades, and our guest is Andrew Einaudi. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Fred, how are you?
Terrific. Well, your new company is called MadoDynamic. Let's give the audience, first of all, a taste of your background.
Yeah, so I've been developing consumer products for about 25 years. Jawbone mobile headsets, Slingboxes, Xbox, and my most recent company, Caavo, which is now Jubilee TV, building television connected products for seniors.
And now you're into
I'm into
shades.
shades. Yeah. So I moved into this house in the Santa Cruz Mountains with a bunch of single pane windows, and I experienced the, heat gain and heat loss firsthand. And so I said, hey, we need some automated shades in this place. So I started looking at all the solutions available on the market and decided, hey, none of these are great. None of these are cheap. None of these are easy to install. There's got to be a better way. So for the last 3 years, I've really spent a bunch of time prototyping, building, testing all kinds of new window coverings with the basic premise that anybody can install them, no measuring, no tools, no wall damage, and you'll get a great fit. And on top of that, we have built-in automation to save you tons of energy and convenience, right?
It sounds next to impossible. The easy installation part when it comes to automated shades. Let's take a look at a little video. That'll help people.
I've always been in awe of automated shading systems. They're both highly functional and very satisfying to operate. Watching them move automatically to provide shade from harsh sunlight or open to reveal the world outside. I started working on these systems about 15 years ago when I was developing smart home control systems, but they were very difficult to specify and install and took hours to program, not to mention they were ridiculously expensive. But then I moved into a home that desperately needed them, with dozens of single-pane windows. My family experienced the effects of heat loss and heat gain firsthand. On hot days, every window radiated heat, so more energy was spent cooling. On cold days, every window was like an open freezer, requiring more heat just to keep the house warm. So I tried literally every solution out there. The standard options didn't fit well or look right, and the custom options, long lead times, super expensive, and return policies that made it really impossible. So I started designing my own solution, one that wouldn't require any measurements, or tools, or holes in your wall, one that anyone could install. You just choose a standard width, small, medium, or large, what type of fabric, blackout, or light filtering, and then install would be fast and super easy. You'd start by installing a simple tension bar into the window's frame. That would give you a number. You'd then use that number to trim the shade to fit. The shade then clips into the tension bar, and the motor lowers the shade with a built-in solar panel to keep the battery always charged. And finally, we'd make an app that would make it super simple to set up your shades to save maximum energy. I've probably built over 100 prototype systems and talked to a ton of people. And what I've learned is that most people never thought they could afford this type of luxury. But the way we've designed it has actually removed a lot of the cost, making them super affordable. But the craziest thing is by covering every window with MadoDynamic, we could save up to 5% of global carbon emissions. Ultimately, that's why we're doing this, to build a better product and a mission to improve comfort and save energy.
So tell us how you went about trying to create a product like this, because you were coming, from different, totally different world, really, I think.
Well, sort of. I mean, my background has always been A to Z in product development. So the first Jawbone mobile headsets, I built the acoustic transducers, patented those, built all of those first prototypes by hand. So, was no stranger to mechanical engineering and prototyping. But yes, for the past 20 years, I haven't been doing that kind of work. So what was really fun about this was sort of dusting off the ME software and buying a bunch of 3D printers and starting to just explore what I could do on Windows.
So go through for us the ease of installation and setup
Sure.
here.
So first of all, my guiding light premise was people are not good at measuring. People don't like measuring. People don't like quarter of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, none of that stuff. So I said, how can we get rid of measuring? And so the crazy idea I started is using a tension bar. So I figured most people are pretty comfortable installing shower tension bars. So I said, what if we use that tension bar not only to hang the shade, but to derive all the measurements and fit information for the window? So the first step is a user takes out a tension bar, installs it inside the Windows frame, and that tension bar has a little number on it, just a single number, and that tells you exactly the width of the window shade that you want to install.
And the cutting of the shade, I mean, what's
Right.
what's the
So,
what's
so
the old
next,
adage, measure twice, cut once, or something
all
along
right.
the
So the nice thing is, so once you get that single number off of your tension bar, we developed this really simple to use trimming device. It's kind of like, cutting cheese or cutting an onion. It's a simple kind of kitchen style product. You then slide that onto the fabric, which has the same numbering. So on both sides, it will have a number from 1 to 60, and you'll just trim it on both sides. After you've done that, you just clip the shade, no measuring, no drilling, no holes. You clip that right into the tension bar, and now you have a perfect fitting shade.
Wow. Another piece of the puzzle here. How are you powering it?
Right, right. So this was another annoyance from my experience with automated shades. First of all, the motors are usually at the top. Second of all, they usually take batteries or require wiring or charging. So in the event that they die, you have to climb on a ladder to go charge them, which is no fun. So we put the motor actually in the bottom bar, so it's very easily accessed. But also we put a solar panel on it so it can move to capture maximum sunlight and keep the battery charged. And a lot of people say, oh, well, do we need the sun in order to run the shade? No. So it's got a built-in 6 month battery life. So even if you have very low light, the purpose of the solar panel is just to keep it charged. And worst case scenario, you can always charge it using the bottom panel.
And that is what a USB kind of
Yeah,
connection,
USB-C. So totally international, totally easy. Any charger will do.
right? Or I could probably bring a battery pack over to the window or something like that if it's a
Sure,
good size one.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your motivation? Go into that a little bit more for us to do this.
So, I mean, first of all, I live in this sort of glass house. So, the family was freezing or burning up every day. And so I learned that, first of all, how much heat actually comes off the glass. I have no idea how much heat was actually radiating either in or radiating out. Um, and so I started really studying automated shades and realized there's a lot to do with the fit and the fabric. I learned that even shades that I'd installed 15 years ago were actually not insulating. They were actually radiating more heat than if I had nothing at all. So with the right fabrics and the right fit, you can actually save a ton of energy and also be more comfortable. I think nobody likes overheating or overcooling their house. And so this is certainly an easy way to avoid that. And of course, the automation it's cool. It's fun to use. You get privacy out of it. You get convenience out of it. And of course, you can schedule it to just do it automatically. So you're not running around the house raising and lowering shades.
Voice control too, I assume, with
Oh, yeah. So we also took advantage of the fact that these motors are now starting to support Matter protocol. So that was another headache from my experience in home automation is, oh, which standard does it support? So out of the box, it comes with a remote control. So anyone can use it, right? And then if you have home automation in your home, let's say it's HomeKit or Google or Amazon or Samsung, you can integrate our shades into your home environment. And one thing that we've done, which is going a little step further, is we've developed our own app which you don't need to download, but I think you will. And that allows you to put it into eco mode. So by knowing the window's orientation to the sun and your location, we can really optimize the raise lower schedules of your shades throughout the year because it changes seasonally. And that way you can save really, like, just maximize your energy savings.
Well, I have to apologize to our audience once again because you can't buy it just yet. So tell us where you are in the process of bringing this to market.
Right. So we'll be launching this on Kickstarter in Q1. We have a Kickstarter pre-launch page, so you can go follow us there. And so we plan to really launch it direct to consumers first, and then from there just move to all different channels, all different countries, and really make sure that this is a affordable solution, again, that anyone can install and, everywhere on every window. That's really my goal.
Do you have a guess as to where pricing is going to come in?
So pricing initially will be in the sort of sub $300. So very, very competitive, and a feature set like no other. But over time, we actually want to come down even further to make it really accessible to everyone.
Terrific. Where again can people go for more info?
So MadoDynamic.com is one place. And then there's links there to our Kickstarter page. We also have an Instagram page and a YouTube channel.
Tell everyone where the name comes from.
So Mado means window in Japanese, and dynamic is because with a automated window covering, you can make your window dynamic, which means you're not only using the shade for insulation, you're also using the glass of the window for active heating and active cooling. And most people don't even realize that that's possible.
Just terrific. Once again, it's MadoDynamic.com. Andrew Einaudi, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks so much, Fred.